All right, let's do some Mathity-Math. It says here, what is the value of x if the midpoint of a line is at point -412? Okay, so that's our midpoint. And the endpoints of the line are at points -29 and -6x. Okay, so essentially what we're being asked to do here is lay out the formula, work into the formula, and we already know the answer to all that work, and we're going to kind of work backwards to get our solution. So we're all on the same page here. The formula we're working with is we just say x sub 1 plus x sub 2 divided by 2, and that would give us the x value. And then we do y sub 1 plus y sub 2, following the same pattern, divided by 2, and that would give us the y value of our midpoint. And we know our midpoint, it's going to be an x value and a y value. And it's going to be the result of these. So you can actually kind of take this and break it down a little further. If you know this is going to give us our x value, then essentially what we're going to do is we're going to take this and separate it out and make it equal to the x value of our midpoint. So we already know the x value of our midpoint right here. We know that's going to be -4. And we know the midpoint, the y value is going to be 12, right? Because that was given to us right here. Okay? So what we can do here is we can just identify, well, I'll make this x sub 1, and this will be y sub 1, okay? And that means this would be x sub 2 and y sub 2. And essentially, we just kind of do the x's with the x's, the y's with the y's, and that'll help us find x. Okay, so let's just plug in for the x's. I know x sub 1 is -2. I know that. There you go. And I know that x sub 2 right here is -6. Those are my x values. And we're going to divide that by 2. And I also know that if I do all of this math, I should get a -4. And we really don't have to do this work right now, but it's good to see the process, right? So -2 plus -6 is -8, and -8 divided by 2 is -4. So that's how these x values gave us our midpoint. But for the y, we have a variable involved, and so we're going to use the same kind of idea and solve for that variable. Okay, so we're doing y sub 1. Y sub 1 is 9. Okay, and y sub 2 is called x. Slightly confusing. Maybe should have chose a better variable there. That's my bad. But anywho, y sub 2 is x. Okie dokie. And all that divided by 2. And we know if we do all this math right here, we're going to come up with our y value of our midpoint, which is 12. And now we just get to do some algebra. Woohoo! So we want to get this x all by itself. Right now we can't because it's up there in the numerator. So we have to first, it really helps us just to get rid of this denominator. And so right now all of this is being divided by 2. So to undo that, we can just multiply all of this by 2. And I can also write that as 2 over 1. Good old fraction math. And so I multiply by 2 over here. So I multiply by 2 over here. Those cancel. And so now I just have a nice, beautiful y plus x is 24. There you go. So now the question is, well, how do I get this x alone? Well, I have 9 plus x. Well, what's the opposite of adding 9? Well, we can subtract 9. Right? Okay, so this cancels out, and you're going to get x is, and so what is 24 minus 9? Well, that would be 15. And so you know x is 15. And if you want to check your work to make sure you're on the right track here, well, if you plug back in a 15, 15 plus 9 is 24, and 24 divided by 2 is 12. So there you go. When we plug back in, we find out that x is 15. All right, as always, go ahead, subscribe if you want to be notified if I make more amazing practice problems just for you. And if you have any questions or comments, or I made a mistake and you just have to tell me I made a mistake, please comment below and let me know what's on your mind. All right, thank you. Bye.